there is a fundamental disconnect that most men experience, but few truly understand. You ask a direct question, expecting a direct answer. Instead, you receive a deflection, a half-truth, or a performance. You observe behavior that directly contradicts stated beliefs. This is not random. It is not necessarily malicious. It is the result of a deeply programmed, multi-layered script that has been running for millennia. To understand why a woman's words and her actions may not align, you must stop judging the surface-level conversation and start dissecting the three invisible forces that write her unspoken script: primal biology, social conditioning, and personal history. Forget asking, "Why is she lying to me?" and start asking, "What script is she running and why was it programmed?" This is not about winning an argument. It is about understanding the game so profoundly that you no longer need to play it. The first layer of the script was written in the brutal environment of our deep past. For hundreds of thousands of years, a woman's survival and the survival of her offspring depended on one critical skill: accurately assessing and securing a high-value male partner who could provide resources and protection. This is not a social preference, it is a biological mandate, and it programmed a set of communication strategies designed to gather information while revealing as little as possible. Consider the question of body count. A man's frustration comes from seeing this as a simple request for data. He is asking for a number. But her primal script does not hear a question about data. It hears a high-stakes mate value assessment. As evolutionary psychologist Dr. David Buss states in The Evolution of Desire, a woman's sexual past is a powerful cue to her perceived value as a long-term mate. Whether fair or not, her subconscious knows that a history of promiscuity can be interpreted as a signal of low selectivity and potential infidelity, traits that are catastrophic for long-term pair bonding from a biological perspective. So, when you ask for the number, you are not having a conversation. You are conducting an audit of her genetic fitness strategy. Her response, the deflection, the minimization, the "it doesn't matter," is not a lie in the conventional sense. It is a deeply ingrained strategic defense of her perceived mate value. She is not protecting a number, she is protecting her future. The second layer of the script is written by society. From a young age, many women are conditioned with a set of rules that directly conflict with direct, truthful communication. This is the script of agreeableness and conflict avoidance. As linguist Deborah Tannen observed in her work, men are often socialized to use language to convey information and negotiate status, while women are often socialized to use language to build rapport and maintain social harmony. The prime directive is not "be truthful," but "be nice." This explains the disconnect when a man asks, "What's wrong?" He is seeking data to solve a problem, but her social script often forbids her from delivering a raw, unvarnished truth that might disrupt the harmony of the relationship. The truth, "I'm upset about something you did 3 weeks ago," or "I'm feeling insecure about your female friend," feels like a declaration of war. So, she defaults to the socially programmed response, "I'm fine." This is not a lie intended to deceive, but a strategy intended to de-escalate a perceived conflict before it begins. The psychologist, Dr. Harriet Lerner notes, "Honesty is not always an act of love. The truth, when delivered without skill and grace, can be a weapon. The 'I'm fine' is a desperate attempt to avoid that weaponization. She is not hiding the truth from you. She is protecting the relationship from the truth, because her social script has taught her that raw truth is dangerous to connection. The final, most powerful layer of the script is written in childhood. Attachment theory, pioneered by John Bowlby, shows that our earliest relationships with caregivers create a template for how we navigate intimacy as adults. If a child's vulnerability was met with punishment, their honesty with anger, or their needs with dismissal, they develop an insecure attachment style. Their personal script is written with one core belief: authenticity is dangerous, performance is survival. This is the man who asks, "What do you really want in the bedroom?" and receives a performance of enthusiasm instead of honest feedback. He is not interacting with his partner, he is interacting with her childhood survival strategy. As psychiatrist Dr. Gabor Mate explains, many of us learn to disconnect from our gut feelings in childhood to maintain our attachment to our parents. This loss of connection to the self is a primal wound. For a person with this wound, revealing a true desire or preference feels like a life or death risk. What if you judge it? What if you reject it? What if you abandon her for it? The risk is too great, so she performs, she fakes enjoyment, she tells you what she thinks you want to hear. This is not a malicious deception. It is a tragic echo of a past where her true self was not safe. She is not lying to you in the present. She is protecting herself from a wound in the past. These three scripts, primal, social, and personal, do not operate in isolation. They are a unified field, constantly running in the background, filtering every question you ask. When you ask about her ex, you trigger the primal script. Is he a threat to my current resources? The social script, will discussing this cause a fight? And the personal script, will my lingering feelings be punished? The resulting answer, I never think about him, is a sophisticated, multi-layered defense strategy, not a simple lie. So, what is the solution? It is not to become a paranoid interrogator. It is to become a master observer of reality. Stop listening to the words and start reading the script. When she deflects, recognize the social script of conflict avoidance. When she minimizes her past, recognize the primal script of mate value protection. When she performs instead of reveals, recognize the personal script of attachment trauma. Your power comes not from forcing a confession, but from understanding the programming. As the Stoic philosopher Epictetus taught, it's not things that upset us, but our judgment about things. Stop judging her answers as lies and start seeing them as the predictable output of a complex, deeply ingrained program. The man who understands this operates on a different plane. He doesn't ask questions he knows the script is programmed to deflect. Instead, he creates an environment where authenticity feels safer than performance. He leads with his own unwavering honesty. He rewards vulnerability instead of punishing it. He demonstrates through his actions that he is strong enough to handle the raw, unvarnished truth. He is not trying to get her to answer a question. He is trying to create a reality where the question is no longer necessary. Because in a relationship built on true psychological safety, the unspoken script becomes obsolete, and for the first time, the conversation becomes real.